What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the KTC 27-inch monitor, and this is model H27T27. Taking a look at some of the specs, this has a 27-inch IPS panel with a 2560 by 1440 resolution, a 100 Hz refresh rate with support for both FreeSync and G-Sync, HDR10 support, and 300 nits of brightness. Taking a look inside the box, you have the manual, a HDMI to HDMI cable, your AC power adapter, and then last but not least, you have the actual monitor itself. So taking a look at the monitor itself, this is definitely a very nice and sleek looking monitor. As you can see, you don't have any bezels at the top and both sides, and then you just have this one slim bezel here at the bottom. Coming down to the stand, most monitors have a stand that kind of just gets in the way, but I love how this one is flat, as this allows you to place a speaker, headphones, or any other small items on this space as well. Flipping the monitor around, as you can see, this is a fixed stand, so if you wanted some adjustability, you would have to put it on a monitor arm, and as you can see, it does have the attachment points here in the back. So quick correction, the monitor does have an adjustment to tilt it up and down. So at the lowest position, it's like that. And then at the highest position, it's like that. I didn't realize it at first as it's a bit stiff, but that's good because wherever you place the monitor, it's definitely gonna stay in that spot. All right, so turning the monitor on, this definitely looks a whole lot better than I expected, especially when you consider how affordable this monitor really is. As I said earlier, this monitor has a 2K resolution, so everything is going to look a lot sharper compared to 1080p, and then you also get a decent increase in screen real estate as well. Personally, I think editing videos or trying to do any creative work on a 1080p monitor is just not a good experience. Everything just looks large and there just isn't enough room on the screen. If you're still using a 1080p monitor, trust me, upgrade yourself to a 2K monitor like this one, and it is almost a day and night difference when it comes to how much you can see, along with increased sharpness as well, especially if you're sticking with the same screen size. As I said earlier, this is the 27-inch model, but KTC also sells this monitor in 24-inch and 32-inch sizes. Taking a look at the screen quality, as you can see, this is definitely a very good looking monitor. The picture is nice and bright, and the colors also pop with a good amount of contrast as well. And since this is an IPS panel, you also get very good viewing angles. As I said earlier, this monitor has a refresh rate of 100 Hz and is compatible with both FreeSync and G-Sync. You might not think there's much of a difference between 60 Hz and 100 Hz, but it is definitely a very noticeable difference and makes gameplay a whole lot smoother. For quite a long time, I always used a 60 Hz monitor and figured I was fine, but once you upgrade, there really is no going back, or it'll just feel very sluggish in comparison. Besides PC games, this is also going to be a good monitor to use with the Switch, PS5, or any other consoles as well. So taking a look at the in-screen menu, this is definitely one of the better layouts that I've seen on an affordable monitor like this one. I've tried a few other monitors in this price range. A lot of times you get a very generic layout that looks like it came out of 1990. But this is definitely a good layout. I would say this is just as good as monitors that cost 2 to 3 times what this one does. So first off, you have your display settings, and in here you have your brightness, contrast, black equalizer, presets, sharpness, and then you have professional modes where you can switch from native and sRGB modes. You have your color temperatures, gamma settings, hue, saturation, low blue light. So this does have a built-in anti-blue light feature. As you can see, as I raise this up, it gives the screen somewhat of a yellow tint, but that's basically the monitor blocking out the blue light. So you can ease your eyes while looking at the monitor and sleep better. If you want to learn more about what anti-blue light filters do, look that up, as it does have quite a few benefits. Then you have gaming setup. Right here you have FreeSync and G-Sync on or off, overdrive modes, and you can choose from standard, advanced, ultra fast, or dynamic overdrive. And then you have game assist, where you can add a timer, crosshair, or FPS counter on screen. You have advanced setting, where you can choose HDR off or auto, VCR, and then DDC/CI. You have your inputs. As I said earlier, you have HDMI 1, 2, display port, and then you can set it on auto. Personally, I just leave it on auto. I don't want to mess around with that manually. And then last but not least, you have your system settings. You have your language, OSD setup, LED indicator on RAW, audio, hotkey shortcuts, and then reset. Overall, very easy to use. And like I said, one of the better looking ones as well. As you can see right here, this is basically how you control it. In back of the monitor, right over here in the back, there's a little 4-way joystick, which also has a little clicky button in the middle as well. Nice and good size, so it also makes it very easy to use. Overall, this is definitely a solid monitor. It feels well made, the picture looks great, and best of all, it's also very affordable as well. So all in all, if you happen to be shopping for a new monitor, I would highly recommend the one I have here. If you would like to purchase or get more information, I'll also have the link in the description as well. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.